Yo,
Dude, I tell you, that riff is funky. I love that opening 30 seconds. It's so solid.
it's
What's
it's
up,
fi-
man?
it's fire. Hey,
I love it. I love it.
what's up, dude?
Oh, just coming down to the wire here. It's been an interesting day. We ready or what? Kevin's still trying to catch me at Target. Yes, I was running that down, Dave. If you didn't see that, Mighty Mouse happened to find a car with the license plate of Kevin, a red car, mind you, and apparently it is me trying to chase him down to beat him up to get my Target exclusives.
Yeah, you're in AZ then, right?
Yes, I'm on my way to your house. I don't want to do it here anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Well, what's
Tennessee
up? Yeah.
sucks.
So, episode 43, our second one.
Yeah, this is our second live stream, and man, last week was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was, dude. It went really well. I'm not gonna lie, kind of had like a little bit of anxiety of going live and no screw ups and no edits and stuff like that. But yeah, it was fun. It was awesome to have everyone interact with us, follow us, chat in with us in the chat and all that. So yeah, dude, it was a blast, man. I'm looking forward to how we're gonna be doing this moving forward.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one, and we have a great show lined up for everybody today. And as Dave said, this is 43. This is episode 43. But one of the other things we want to let you guys know is that this is not the only way to get the unbelievable content that we have for you. We have our YouTube and Twitch stream, which you obviously are here for. You can check out all of our podcasts on all your major podcast platforms. Make sure you leave us a wonderful review, as you know. But as we've said, we have Instagram handles, which are obviously on the screen, as you can see. But we also have the Toy Aisle TikTok. And Dave, this is some breaking news that I don't know if I haven't shared with you. I asked a TikTok expert this weekend. I said, hey, what is the best way of engagement? How can I have 600 views one day, but then 10 the next? And they gave me the runaround, and they showed me what I need to be doing. So officially today, our clips are going to be 30 seconds. They're going to be highlights throughout the week of what it is that we talked about. That way you're not just getting an in-your-face, 1 minute thing. We're going to pick out the 30-second best clips, because clips that are 30 seconds and the more you post throughout the week allows your algorithm to kind of keep itself churning. So that's what you can be coming to expect. So you'll be getting more of us on the Toy Aisle TikTok, and you're going to be getting some good stuff.
Interesting. Yeah, I always like finding, the reasoning of why certain platforms are doing certain things, like with Instagram. I mean, it seems to be kind of just be going south with their engagement, it's or their algorithm and all that stuff. But TikTok seems fun, man.
Yeah, and I tried it on my personal with my own, and I was like, okay, let me cut this down to 30 seconds. Let me try to do what this girl told me to do, and it worked. It tripled my views. So we'll see if it works.
That's awesome, man. I'm gonna try to do some things here. I'm getting a pretty hardcore delay. Anyone in the chat, let us know if you guys are getting a really bad delay too. If it's just me, we'll move on. But yeah, dude. So have some fun stuff for the Jedi Council. So we'll kick it right off. So one of the first things in the Jedi Council that I've been dying to discuss, as soon as I can find it here. Here we go. And that is, we got some date changes on the celebration. So didn't see this coming at all. Super, I mean, a pleasant surprise. I mean, we've been getting like delay after delay of like so many things in our life, right?
Yeah.
This con's going to be delayed till next year or canceled. I mean, this is getting moved up. I mean, it's still obviously delayed since it was supposed to happen last year, but so it's getting moved up from August to May 26th, 29th. And hey, what's up, Richie? You'll probably have some comments on this. How do you feel about it being moved up to Memorial Day weekend? I mean, there seems to be a lot of folks that are kind of not understanding that one, because I mean, as you can imagine, Kevin, trying to get a hotel at Disneyland on Memorial Day weekend, for this convention, that's going to be an absolute, son of a bitch. So A little strange, a little strange. I mean, I'm happy it's bumped up, but yeah, I mean, Memorial Day weekend. I mean, Jesus.
There's got to be some ulterior motive to doing so, because it's not as if you can't sell tickets to this thing. It's not as if people, have to be incentivized to go to it.
Yeah,
So there has to be some other rationale behind it. I know it's being, sold in, California. Perhaps this is a state, mandated try to boost some economy,
right.
other things. So I know this may show a little bit of my nerd side, my other side of my nerd side. I know that whenever they have like WrestleManias and things like that, they will host other things around the area to, boost the economy, because there's going to be people there. So perhaps there's other conventions that'll be going on around the same time that we'll find out about. So
Right.
in the area, or if you're this town over, maybe you can get a hotel there because there's other things going on. So it's going to be interesting to see, for sure.
My thing is, and let me get my tinfoil hat to go on my bald ass head. But so I immediately go, well, the mouse is behind everything. The mouse is behind all of our, issues that we have with Hasbro's distribution. The mouse, right? So I'm immediately thinking, well, are they doing that, bumping it up because they want, some storyboard stuff? Is that going to be, I mean, we're getting that Andor series in 2022. Do they want to have that be when, maybe a hype trailer drops or the cast is announced? Same thing. I mean, like Ahsoka and the Obi-Wan series, that's going to be coming up soon too. I don't know if it's going to be in 2021, but it would definitely be in 2022, I'd think. And then even that Rogue Squadron movie that's coming out the following year, around Christmas time. I mean, so I'm kind of thinking on that, like how they're going to do their panels and stuff like that. Bumping it up 3 months maybe isn't that big of a deal, but that's where I went with it.
Do you want my real tinfoil hat?
Yep.
Okay, so it's being moved up to May, correct?
Yeah.
All right, and obviously Star Wars Day is May the 4th or whatever.
Right.
So here is my tinfoil hat, and it just kind of came to me as I've been thinking through this, drinking my Sprite. Perhaps we'll be getting a new changing of the guard that they will announce on May the 4th, and they will just kind of showcase and parade the new vision of Lucasfilm the entire month of May, perhaps under some new guidance and leadership. I would love to see it. We know Kathy's contract is up in September, so perhaps they announce the replacement and then we roll them out in May.
Interesting.
Who knows? So that's my tinfoil hat.
And that's definitely a fucking tinfoil hat call out. I mean, I love it. Yeah, I mean, I'm stoked. I'm going to have to change some things up a little bit. My tickets are just being rolled over, so I don't have to scramble to get tickets.
How it all works if you've already got them.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a lot of speculation. Like, are they going to open up dates again? Like or I'm sorry, are they going to open up a sale again? Because there's obviously a lot of people that if they didn't get a refund the first time, they might get it now on the second time. So there should be a lot of tickets available. So it'll be interesting to see how they play that. And I even was able to secure tickets for the Star Wars After the Dark thing at Disneyland, which was like a complete gong show to get. And I rolled those bad boys over too.
That's where all the ragers are, right?
What's that?
That's where all the ragers are, right?
Oh yeah, dude, just getting smacked, just blackout drunk at Oga's.
Yeah, hasn't Daniel Logan had some instances at some of these?
I don't know, man. Yeah, you mean at Celebration?
Yeah, I've read a lot of things on my Reddit threads, so who knows?
Your hive and villainy Reddit threads.
Yeah, it's dark and deep.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not too like in the know on the whole Kennedy thing. So I'm not gonna I'm not gonna go there on that. I mean, like whatever. I mean, Mandalorian, as much heat as she gets, I mean, Mandalorian, like she still had something to do with that, so I mean, all the people that just give her so much shit and it's she's just awful and blah blah blah. Yeah, sure, she's like, say what you will about the sequel trilogy, but like then we also got Mandalorian out of it. So I don't know. I mean, I'm maybe more of a pessimistic guy with Kennedy than a lot of folks, but that's just my take.
And you're entitled to your take, and everyone's entitled to their opinion. That's the beauty of having an opinion. If the only opinion you have is your own, then you don't really have your very own opinion. So
Yep.
it's always good to hear both sides of the story.
All right, man. Well, Jedi Council. Yeah, you want to get in some beef real quick?
Oh, I would love to get into some beef because this is some actual beef that we need to discuss, Dave. And I noticed that on another podcast that they had laid out the best fast food, I guess, chains that you would pick, your top 3. And we would love to hear from our studio audience of what your top 3 are. Because, Dave, you added something on there that, I was shook about. That's fine. That's fine. And then I saw other people on there that, put things that were god awful. So, Dave, let's talk about the best fast food restaurants.
Yeah. I mean, we won't get too deep into the weeds on this, guys. But yeah, we'll
come with toys so that it all ties together.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, what Kevin's referring to is I helped produce a live stream for the Sneaker Peek podcast, and what they did is last week they had best fast food restaurants, and my number 1, 2, and 3. Number 3 was Chick-fil-A. Did Chick-fil-A for number 3. I did a very questionable Jimmy John's, and I got
me.
I got roasted pretty hard on that because it's not a fast food restaurant. Well, dude, like if you can go in and get a sandwich at Jimmy John's faster than you can in your car at McDonald's, like when there's a line, like that's still fast food. It's freaky fast, for crying out loud. So it's fast food to me. And then my number 1 is my boy J. Rue. Got that Whataburger action. I mean, dude, I know it's kind of like a regional thing, but dude, Whataburger's the shit, bro. But yeah, so you had something to say about one of my selections. Let's hear it.
I did. And so I had an issue with your Jimmy John's. And that is one of the ones that, and Mighty Mouse is with me on this one, because for some reason, I don't screw with any of that. It's when I was in Chicago and they pulled that out, I was like, what is it? Why? It's like it's hamster lettuce that they put on there. The meat is beyond cheap. You people give Subway shit for like having not the greatest meat, but Jimmy John's is a tier under. And the fact that Brock Lesnar wears Jimmy John's on his ass is enough to say, hey, they're really hurting if they have the beast incarnate wearing Jimmy John's on his ass. So that was my take on Jimmy John's. But you know what? They do have good bread, and they have some great jalapeno kettle chips. I will say that.
Yeah, the chips are bomb. And it's funny you mentioned that about Chicago, because that was my first exposure to Jimmy John's was in Chicago, like years ago. I mean, before they were even thinking about expanding out here to the Southwest. And then, when the first one came out here, I don't know, 8 years ago or something like that, then they just spread like wildfire, and they're all over the valley out here. But yeah, dude, I mean, I would take that shit over Subway all day.
Shoddy is what it is. That's
my God.
It just takes 10 seconds to wrap that thing up and throw it. So that's it. But it's okay, because I would have put Long John Silver's as part of my top 3. So I know that gets a lot of heat too. So I'll just leave it at
Richie Raising Cane's, bro. I mean, that is my jam. The whole chicken debacle is tough. I mean, Chick-fil-A, I feel like, is like the OG. Like KFC's retired basically at this point. I'm surprised they're still like around. But Raising Cane's, bro. Oh, dude, that
have you had
the fry sauce? An actual cane?
Yeah, Cane's is another chain.
Okay.
Yeah, which I personally think is better. It's in Cincinnati and a few other different places, but I think cane sauce is better than Raising Cane's.
Yeah.
They're all
yeah. I haven't had that, but yeah, dude, Raising Cane's it's the shit. But all right, bro, let's get back on track here. So let's get into latest pickups. So I know you got some heat, so let me go first, and then you can close up this segment. But I got some of my May the 4th haul. So this is my Disney haul. You all know that I'm all over the pins. Richie, you know that. So man, I gotten like everyone. What is that? Yes, 2017. I've gotten every one. They're all kind of, they all kind of look like that May the 4th, script and everything. So I got that. And have you seen these?
What is that?
So it's a Disney key, and
A
it's
key to
yeah,
what?
exactly. It's I mean it's branded, as Darth Vader's lightsaber here, and it's just like another cool little gimmick thing that Disney sells. They have them for everything. They would give them to you if you were the first person in line to open up the store at the mall, like shit like that. And yeah, I got 3 of them so far, and
But
they're
we don't know
just
if they open, right?
no, they don't open anything. It says
Uh,
it's basically like an Xmas ornament kind of vibe.
okay, I feel you.
And then I feel like I should save this for the I'm gonna save this for the Joe segment. So I'm done
I know
on
what you're
my haul.
with it.
I will a small teaser on the haul though. If y'all haven't seen Kevin's, well, you haven't posted that replay toy hunt, have you?
Yeah, it's on my IGTV. So
Okay. I didn't know if you were doing a YouTube video too.
no, just for Instagram. So I did go to do some live sessions at both Replay Toys in Gallatin as well as the Totally Rad Toy House, and I'm
Yeah.
rocking the Slimer shirt. Not bad.
That's a red shirt.
Yeah, so I really liked that. But yeah, I went on there and Dave came on and I said, hey.
Yeah, so I got into to that point. I have here's a little tease for probably next week. I don't know. I'm hoping for next week. I did make a purchase because of dirty Kevin's ass. Just pushing and nudging me in doing, spending money. Fucking
Yeah,
bastard.
I even got the owner of the shop to record a video and
dude, yeah, that's awesome.
To appeal to you. So I was like, that's customer service.
Yeah, no, it was great. Yeah, so I bought something from them, and they're flying it all the way, pretty much across the country. And yeah, so I'm hoping to show everyone that next week. But yeah, that's it for me, man. So I know you're itching to show us what you got, man.
So we have an issue to where I go hard on things sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Game of Thrones, ever heard of it? So I was going through, I keep a spreadsheet of all my 6 scale toys that I have, kind of what I got them for, what the current market value is, and kind of what's in my inventory, so I always know. And so I was looking through that, and I texted you, Dave, and I said, shit, I have 17 DC figures. If you guys remember, 2 months ago, we had 5 because those were kind of, those Justice Leagues were kind of gifted to me. So what in the world happened to where, 12 of these later got added to the collection? Well, Dave,
It's like Funko Pops. You buy one on Monday, and then by Friday you have like 110.
Yeah, but that's something that you shouldn't be doing with the world, because you can really get yourself in a lot of trouble. So, as you know, I went in hard on some of the DC things, and so I'm going to show you three some very cool pickups, and one of them was sitting right on my porch with a giant box that said Hot Toys. When I came home, I was like, goodness, people. I was like, you're literally advertising to my neighborhood. Go and just steal this off my porch if you knew what it was. So all that to say, I went really in on some Batman stuff, and I'm like, let's get going. So I will start off that I added some DXs to the collection. We love the DX, right? So we love the DX line. So I was like, well, let's get this thing started. And we grabbed and started off with the DX 14, which is the Mime Joker. I don't know if I can, there he goes. So we got the Mime Joker from 1989 Batman. And I was like, you know what? This is incredible. It's a little.
Is this the Jack Nicholson one?
Yeah, it's a little Jack Nicholson on my shelf. And it's that one little scene that really freaked me out as a kid where he takes that pin and throws it in the guy's neck. I was like, wow, that's really dark for a kid's show. So I was able to get the DX 14, but I said, okay, let's keep this thing going, because you can't have Joker on the shelf with at Batman, right? So we went ahead and grabbed the DX 09, okay? The Michael Keaton Batman. And let's see if I have, it's hard to put on these things here. But anyway, we got the Michael Keaton Batman, and this is a very hard to come by figure just because they don't make a lot of them. This
Right.
this shows the age. It says Batmobile, uniquely crafted for Batman, coming soon. On the side of this little thing. So the DX09. But is there any piece really, if you're going to be going in, that you should have that if you're going to be putting a Batman shelf together, other than Jack Nicholson's Joker himself, the actual DX08?
Wow.
This thing is the absolute best head sculpt that Hot Toys has ever done. So I was actually able to get both the DX08 and 9, these two, the Keaton and the Nicholson Batman figures. I got them as a package from the guy on
Okay.
eBay.
So same seller.
Yeah, it was the same seller. We worked out a great deal, and he was happy he was going to a good home, things like that. But this thing is beyond creepy, just because you look at it, and this is the best head sculpt I think they have ever done. And I saved it because I wanted to share it with everybody tonight. Make sure to check our Instagram tomorrow for this picture that is ready to be posted of him, and I think he looks really, really cool.
Awesome.
And Dave, there's still some other things on the way that we'll be showing next week because they're not here.
Hey, so those DXs, do those come, or do those have that eye technology, where the eyes follow you?
It does. It's got the PERS system. You just pop off the back of his hair and you just kind of move it around, and he looks up, down, side, whatever it does.
Wow.
It's freaky because you can do anything. You can do that with the Batmans and the Jokers. Pretty much all the DX lines do that. At least they used to. And they come with a ton of accessories and a lot of really cool bases. So that's where we are. So we were able to add some classic 89 Batman to the collection. No, I will not be getting a Batmobile. We don't need that. I don't have the room for that. There are some other really cool pieces coming for next week.
Well, dude, yeah, I think that's a pretty huge haul. The next pieces, are they in the DC realm as well?
Yeah, and they make up that 17. I'm not adding to that 17 number.
Right.
I'm considering them to already be in the collection. So, but yes, they are part of the DC line.
Oh my God, yeah, dude, you are going all in. Holy shit!
And you really like it when you start throwing the movies on, HBO Max, and you start watching them at night just to get yourself hyped. That's a good thing.
I mean, just as long as you don't get. Do they have a Jared Leto Joker?
They do, and they're so bad. I mean,
I was gonna say, yeah, as just don't get that, and we're good.
There's like 5 versions of it. There's the one in the tuxedo. There's one with him shirtless. One in the insane asylum outfit. There's one with him wearing the purple coat. And the only exception I will make is if they make the Justice League Nightmare verse, because that was totally different and creepy enough.
With all the badges and stuff like that. Yeah, that'd be sick.
I don't need some pimp to add. No, I don't need that.
Yeah. All right. Well, nice, man. Yeah, some good pickups, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to settle down and slow down here because
every week, bro.
Yeah, I know, but I was just really so bent out of shape that I missed those Ghostbusters, and I had already sold some stuff on eBay, but we were going to be talking about that a little bit later on. So.
Right. Or did you sell?
Oh yeah, I did sell some, but there's some didn't make it.
All right. Well, let's jump into Star Wars. So Black Series. I mean, dude. I mean, the toy world is all Black Series right now. I mean, G.I. Joe was kind of taking that slot a little bit last week with the whole Major Blood stuff, and then the Clone Wars figures. It's crazy to me. You almost want there to be a street date. Like that's where like the street dates are like kind of nice.
Street dates, but no one ever follows them. And then the ones that aren't really, street dated, people can sell them. But then the ones where you never thought there was going to be a street date. Oh, sorry, they're register locked. So it's kind of like a punch in the gut all the time.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's basically what's happening with this wave. We've been so kind of accustomed to street dates and register locks and all that bullshit. And then there's just nothing on this Clone Wars wave. So because of that, there's been no successful or organized rollout. There's going to be no way for this to be on like an end cap or anything like that. It sounded like they were kind of marketing this for like Father's Day. Well, these are going to be long gone before Father's Day.
Why even go to the trouble of trying to, because these marketers and these design teams design these end caps and the display pieces. If they're never going to be sitting in there for more than 10 seconds, why even make the effort to go through with that and have someone come in and set that up? That just seems so frivolous to me.
Yeah. Yeah, and like yeah, Richie right here, his target won't put them out until the 23rd, and they have 9 cases. Like it's yeah, there's no consistency. I mean, I know that's just like broken record stuff with Target and any other vendors really, Walmarts and stuff like that. I mean, it just sucks. You got guys finding them left and right, and then some guys are going to their targets and they're getting that news that Richie just got, so it's a little bit of a shit show. I hope it gets better. I went to 2 targets yesterday, just kind of casually looking because they did hit out here in Arizona. Like I don't know if they hit in Arizona first, but we got them like right away. And then so I just hit up to saw the tags, like the specialty, 29.99 or whatever it was. So I knew that they were most likely out. And I just missed it, but I'm not even really that worried about it. If I find them, cool. If not, whatever. I'm not going to go on eBay. I'm not going to do any of that shit. But yeah, it's just disappointed that they couldn't just have an organized, across the board every target. Like, hey, yeah, if they're gonna go on sale on this date, like, yeah, I will go and I'll wait in line that morning at Target. I don't have a problem with that, but I'm not gonna just do that, on a whim, hoping that that's the day, and then trying to track someone down. Like, no, dude, I don't got time for that
Yeah, 'cause
shit.
it's a waste of your time. It's a waste of even the stock people's time if it's not there and you're sending them into the back, and
Yeah.
it's a mess. The last time I did that was for the end game 2-pack of Black Widow and Hawkeye, that little suit set, and that worked out for me. That's when I had to fight that guy, as we talked about.
Yeah.
I don't plan on doing it like that again. I need some pop finder to kind of say, hey, they are
Yeah.
here officially. But I hear this sometimes the DPCIs on these little websites that people use aren't actually registering or working or showing that they're there. So that's another issue I know some people are having.
Yep. Yeah, so good luck. I mean, they're hitting, guys. So if you guys are looking for them, just do your networking, try to find them, try to pinpoint, maybe what store does is already received them or whatnot. And it looks like they're kind of all over the place. So each figure is getting its own case,
Yeah,
which is nice.
certainly
So
helps.
just because one store's got the Hawks, doesn't mean that it's got the other three, so that's another like weird thing, but whatever.
That's
um
understandable.
yeah, so moving on, some rumor news. So we got the next archive wave is going to be dropping soon. Looks like sometime in June, and that's I'm guessing that that's the one that was kind of confirmed but not officially revealed. That would be the A New Hope Leia, the Darth Raven. Who was the other one? The 501st Trooper, and then the Obi-Wan, Revenge of the Sith. So
Who is badly in need of an upgrade.
yeah, he definitely needed it. I mean, Leia,
There's a former,
I
remember.
yeah, I can't wait to see the Leia with the new tech. I mean, that's a really old figure, so that's a figure that definitely deserves uh, some an archive line for sure. Darth Raven, no clue why he's in there.
It's like his
Tinfoil,
release, right?
yeah, I mean, tinfoil hat on. I mean, I was on the money with Thrawn. I mean, his coming into the Star Wars, universe canon. I know he's kind of technically canon, but like official big movie or small movie, it's coming. So I kind of think maybe that's the same thing, like why they're just kind of priming the pump a little bit. And then a 501st Trooper, awesome, troop builder for sure. Uh, and then a 6-figure wave. So, speculation is this could be that Rogue One wave where we get the existing crew that we already have with. I don't even really think that. Oh yeah, they definitely need new, updated, like
Oh,
Sharut, and yeah, those guys definitely need an
one of
upgrade.
the worst sculpt and paint in the
It's
entire
bad.
one of all
Yeah,
time.
yeah, it's bad. And then we would get assuming, but we would get Bodhi and that to kind of finish the squad. I would love to get
Would
a
one of them
saw
be an
a
upgraded
saw, but
you think?
what's that?
Would one of them be an updated Krennic, you think? I know that one's a little long in the tooth for the paint app on that one too.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, it says six figures, so I'm guessing Shrewton Bay's, um, Andor Andor, Jen Urso, that's 4, Bodhi's 5. Yeah, the sixth one could be Krennic or K2. I don't know. I'm guessing it's just all the good guys because when they did that Rebels wave, it was just
Yeah,
all good guys, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah, and that's it. I mean that gaming grades Cal is dropping. People are starting to get that. It's shipping out. Um, doesn't look that great. On
Really?
the
What is it that you don't like? 'Cause I like the colors and the hood on this one. I thought the other one was a little more underwhelming than this.
I know I only saw the pictures of like the first in hand and the face just didn't seem as good as the original one that came out with that Rise of Skywalker wave.
Yeah, the Force Friday wave or whatever that one was.
Yeah, yeah, whatever we're calling that, right? Where Dave put on his fucking clown makeup and went to
Yep.
Walmart wave and fucking didn't get anything.
Still one of the greatest segments we've ever had on this show, by the way. I was laughing so hard at that, but go to the archives if you haven't heard that one. That was a good one.
Yeah, dude, that was that was fun, man. So yeah, so we don't got anything for vintage collection or 6 scale. Um, we got some fun stuff in the grab bag though.
Oh, yes, we do. One thing I want to go on because I want to show people this Galaxy's Edge Boba Fett jetpack. Check
Yeah,
this thing out. I know that we've been talking about some role play adventures, and I know this is for kids and such. But I'd be damned if I'm not going to go to Galaxy's Edge the next time I'm there and add me a Boba Fett jetpack because I mean, come on, it's Boba Fett, and everyone always has the helmet. You got the gauntlet, things like that. We need the jetpack. Is it loading? Is it loading?
are you not seeing it?
It's just spinning. I don't know if
Oh,
anybody else.
there we.
Oh, there it is. Okay, there it is.
Okay.
I mean, look at that thing, and hopefully I can shoot my eye out with it. That's what I'm really hoping. That's what I'm really hoping. But yeah, I mean, it's only $50. I think that is an absolute steal. Absolute steal. Grab you a helmet, grab you some stuff, and you got a nice little cosplay going on there.
Yeah, it's I'm curious what it's like in hand. It's definitely going to be like at $50 for all of that. I mean, it's a kid's toy for sure. I mean, this
It's not to
doesn't.
scale. Let's not get it twisted. It's certainly not going to be to scale.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't look like collector grade or anything like that. But it's fun nonetheless. I mean, dude, yeah, that's got to be the first time we've gotten a Boba Fett jetpack. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I mean, if I was growing up back in the day and I could have had, a Boba Fett jetpack to shoot rockets at my sister and things like that, oh, come on. I'd be all over that. All over that.
Does it shoot? Yeah, it doesn't say anything about how it shoots.
Little
But
rocket piece. I mean, what would it be there for? To top off or just
yeah, it's got these kind of like almost like tongs. I don't know, man. So this would just like click into that, or maybe this cap comes off and
definitely gotta mod it though.
yeah, yeah. Do the whole L slot. None of that J slot.
Yeah.
None of that J slot pussy shit.
Or just actually put it into like a potato gun and put all those compressed air back there and shoot that thing like a mile. That'd be sweet. I'd be for that.
Oh, dude, I miss having a potato gun.
Did you used to have a potato gun? I was never like one. I'd always like borrow my friends and go shoot at their yard and such.
So my dad, I mean, he's retired now, but he was an engineer, and dude, he made like an insane potato cannon for us when I was probably too young to have one. But actually no, I mean, I was like 13, but like I was like doing like hood rat shit with it, like shooting it at fucking street signs and like neon like Jack in the Box signs and shit like that, and like just havoc.
No cap, I get my rocks off when around the like Halloween time, and that where you can go and have the pumpkin guns at some of these like Halloween patches things. Every time I get my funnel cake, I get my cider, and I'll be like, all right, where's the damn pumpkin launcher? I'm ready to shoot some shit and just put the pumpkins in there and just shoot them, hundreds of yards at like some cows and stuff. It's awesome. So I'm already getting hype.
Dude, yeah, we're more than halfway to Halloween, by the way.
No, and last year we were robbed of our Halloween experience, so I'm really looking forward to see where we come out this year.
Yep. All right. So next in the grab bag, we have Gentle Giant Ahsoka bust. And I got this up here because this has been, if you're not familiar yet, this has been like meme gold.
It has.
Uh, and here it is. Like, look at those eyes. Like, look at this. Let me zoom in here. Jesus Christ. Yeah, like
You have the
look
comparison.
at those eyes.
It's like looking that way, looking that way. You got to, I mean, it's dead-eyed Ahsoka, and
Oh my god.
the eyes are really pretty. But I mean, what the hell is she looking at?
I mean, I hope that this is just, not an actual picture and this is like some sort of, rendition of the product and this isn't the final images, because that's insane to me if this makes it all the way out to being casted and and put in a box and shipped to a customer. Like, how does that not pass your QC, job or whatever? But dude, the best meme I saw was it from not Happy Gilmore, it's Steve Buscemi when his eyes are all across.
Yeah. That's one of the
yeah
there. And I mean, this is almost makes you wonder if this is a Patrick's QA.
Yeah. Wow. Shots fired. Shit's fired. But yeah, dude, this is, I mean, even there it's jacked up. So this, if it's jacked up in that angle too, that tells me this is like the actual thing. So Jesus, man, maybe this might come out like this. That's fucking crazy if it will.
J-Roo's comment on there.
What's that?
Can you pop J-Roo's comment on there for everybody else?
Oh my god. Yeah, this almost so could said these. I don't feel anything yet.
That's actually a pretty good one, Dave. Not bad.
Oh my god. And it's sold out. Yeah.
So did you think people got this simply to see if it's going to be a jacked up thing, or where do you come out on this?
I mean, Ahsoka collectors are, I mean, they're very large in numbers. So, people will buy anything in Ahsoka just like people will buy anything in Boba Fett. So I'm not surprised that this is sold out, but there's going to be a lot of pissed off people if this actually shows up looking like fucking, she got kicked by a horse or mule kicked by a donkey or something,
When she finds out Anakin's Darth Vader.
Oh my god. She has you going, what is going on?
So I'm gonna go out and say that this will not be the final release. And I think
it can't, right?
There's no way. I think they put it out there, gain some traction, people talking about some stuff. The final, there's no way. Just absolutely no way.
Yep. All right. So next on the list, I'm super excited to talk about this. It actually kind of whatever news broke of this right after we recorded. Otherwise, we would have had it up last week. But dude, these pinball machines are so sick. So this is Stern Pinball. They actually have 3 versions of a Mandalorian themed pinball machine. And I'm actually in the market for a pinball.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I'm that's kind of one thing, when we ended up doing the whole cabin thing, I was like, I want to get like an old school pinball machine.
Pinball machine, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, just have it in the rumpus room for the kids and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking for a fixer upper. I can do a little bit of soldering and stuff like that with the electronics, but I'm not looking to spend $10,000, which is what this the Bezcar edition is. So let me get the limited edition one up here. So
at the bottom we have Pro, Premium, and Bezcar.
Yeah, so this is the Bezcar one. Clocking in.
Come on,
it's got to be. I mean, it clocks in at $9,199. So here's some of the. These pictures aren't the greatest, but I just want to see a like a full shot of the table. Oh, you look a little Razor Crest. Yeah, I mean it's pretty nice, man. I mean all the work on the side of the cabinet and everything, but oh, there's the eagle's eye. Yeah, dude, it looks. I love that it's got a Razor Crest in there. It looks like you got the snacking Grogu in there too.
Yeah, they found out that those just weren't selling, so they just obviously auctioned them off to
Yeah,
some pinball companies, and they're like, "We'll repurpose it."
and I have no clue what the difference is between the Pro and the Premium. Obviously, the artwork is a little different. I like this premium one better, with the straight shot. I mean, the other one definitely looks like a classic Star Wars movie poster or movie style.
Cabinet on the best car version. They got better speakers on that one.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
and so this one's $7,800 pretty much. And yeah, I mean it's nice shit, man. What was the Pro one? So that was 7,800. This one's, yeah, all right, so 62, so $1,000 cheaper. It probably, doesn't have maybe some feature in the actual cabinet, but pretty cool stuff, man. I'm hoping to see this at a maybe Celebration or something like that. Maybe Stern will have a booth there. That'd be cool.
absolutely, get in a raffle to possibly
Try to,
win those bad boys. I'd
try
be
to
all
get one. Yeah.
heck yeah, heck yeah.
All right. Well, that'll do it for Star Wars. So we got a return. We got a return of a goddamn super popular, super famous segment. We're going back to Karen's Corner, y'all. Let's go.
Let's rewind the clocks back a year. So, Dave, a couple weeks ago, I said, hey, if I'm going to be going all in on some of these lines, and there's some pieces I've wanted to add to my collection for quite some time, when you get to that point, there's kind of like with your last 17, you need to kind of pay a little bit extra to get the ones you need. And I said, okay, I'm willing to be responsible. I'm not going to be the person that, mortgages my retirement and things like that simply to have a collection and steal from my wife. I am going to be responsible and sell some figures that I necessarily don't think are a good fit in my collection anymore. So where do I go? I don't go to my local comic shop. I don't go to Mercari. I don't go to anybody on Instagram, anything. I decide I'm going to go to eBay. Now, what could possibly go wrong, Dave? What could possibly go wrong? So I posted yesterday that I was pissed as hell about this situation. And you know what? I was kind enough to go ahead and black out the names of the people. We're going to dox them tonight live on.
Oh, yes.
We're going to dox them tonight live on the Cool Out podcast because people in the comments said, shit, I would have sit there and told them name the channel because I think it's to say, hey, don't buy from these fucks. So let me tell you what happened. Okay. So I wanted to get rid of my sequel trilogy collection. Okay. I'm just not a big fan of them. Those figures aren't doing anything for me. So I went ahead and listed Old Man Luke, my 2 Rays, Resistance Ray, Force Awakens Ray, and my Kylo. I put it in there. And I had the buy it now offer just to hopefully, one quick shop and people take it and run with it. And, those are great. You don't have to worry about those. So they put bids in and they're going. I'm like, okay, cool. And so you get hype, and it's kind of like when you're doing all your tracking, whenever you have a package coming in, you refresh it like every hour to see if there's something new on there. And so you'd see the bids go up and such. So then the day comes. The day comes where you finally have sold. It says, congratulations, your item has sold. And I'm like, oh, great. And so immediately the good, successful people out there go and send their payment in. All right, ready to ship. Cool. Got 1, got 2. And so I'm like, okay, this is a Friday. I'm going to the post office tomorrow. I'm going to try to be a little bit of a nice person and say, hey, whenever we buy things from eBay, you want those in as quick as you can, right? Yep. Get them as quick as you can. So I'm trying to be
help me help you.
Yeah. Help me help you. And I said, hey, I'm headed to the post. If you want to pay this right now, I will have this in the post this morning. And you'll have it. Your priority mail, you paid for it. It'll be there in 2 days. Help me out here. So I didn't get a thanks. I got, let's go ahead and back to it. It said, according to the eBay policies, I have 3 days to pay. I'll pay. I was like, okay, motherfucker. Okay. That's the way we want to play. And so I told Dave this. I was like, well, what do you think, man? He's like, you should wait to the last damn second to send that thing. Wait to the last damn second to send that thing. I'm like, okay.
And then hit him with that same bullshit. Like, well, according to fucking eBay policies, I got 3 days until I can ship my fucking Ray.
But you know what the problem was? This bastard never paid. And so I had to go and wait 4 days to open up an unpaid claim to basically destroy
Get it
this guy.
listed again. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, and here's the thing. So one of the pieces that's why it's not here yet and why I wasn't able to share it on our last haul is because the dude was just real cool with me. And he said, look, I'm selling these things because I don't got the money right now. I need some coin. I can't ship this till the payment goes through. Just the way it is, the way the new eBay things are. It takes 3 days to hit my bank account. I don't have the money to ship it until you pay me. I'm like, I get that. That's cool. But here's the thing. Say I was in that situation and I'm selling my collection because I need to put food on the table for my wife or something like that. God forbid. When you are that low and you are that much of a piece of shit because you decide, you know what? I'm going to get on eBay. I'm going to look around. Oh, this is something I want. Bid. Oh, I want it. Fuck, I'm never going to pay for that. You're literally taking food off someone's table, out of a kid's mouth. And that's how shitty you are. So let's go ahead and talk about this lovely person that decided that he didn't want to pay for my shit. So if you have, let's go ahead and can we put it on the screen or put it in the chat for people? So MARMCS-38. MARMCS-38. That is the person that decided that, hey, I'm not going to pay for this at all. And you are a piece of shit, by the way.
Oh my God. J-Ru, is that you? Is that your handle, J-Ru?
And so let's not stop there. I got punched in the balls again because the other guy I sent it to and I said, hey, my man, if you want this, go ahead. It's coming. It's coming your way. If you can just go ahead and pay me. Silence. Silence.
Oh.
Silence. Until the last day, he's like, oh, can you go ahead and cancel this, brother? I went ahead and found another figure instead. I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
I mean, that's when you're like supposed to lie and like say something else. Like that is like such a shitty excuse. Like, oh no, like I'm just basically like being a dick to you. Like, sorry.
I was like, and so this guy is superb virus _5. Superb virus _5. You are a piece of shit too, because like I said, if I needed to go and pay for my family, pay some medical bills, I am now having to relist this thing and still wait. I am 10 days out from ever having this in my bank account. Think about that. Think about how messed up that is. So your word of advice, yeah, sure. Okay, J-Ru. So your word of advice to any eBayers out there, don't you dare get on eBay and just dick around bidding on things that you have no intention of buying. And Dave, if I ever get to that point to where I'm just buying things and hoping for the best, I want you to take my card away from me, do something. And that's exactly what it is. They're just a bunch of trolls. And so I had to name those people. Superb virus, you're a piece of shit. And Marm MC38, you're a piece of shit too. So I wish you nothing but pain and suffering, and may God have mercy on your soul. So that is the end of, or the return of our Karen's Corner, but I had to voice my opinion.
Holy smokes. I mean, get the fire extinguisher, eh? Oh my God.
I got 2 more bids out again, for these other 2 figures. So I guess we'll see once it rolls around if anyone actually pays. But man, so infuriating.
Karen's Corner is back, baby.
And the only thing, karma's a bitch. When I was like 7, around that time, I got on eBay and I bought a Y-Wing, a vintage Kenner Y-Wing. Okay. It was just kind of like a shell, like a little pieces. I ended up saying, I'm not going to be able to get this type of thing. I was like 7, I was just messing around, dicking around. Is it possibly karma coming back because I told that person that I wasn't able to afford it and that I'm out?
Yeah. I mean, that guy was probably on his, using his AOL subscription, those CDs to yeah. I mean, what are we, you're 7? I mean, this is a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. And so I had to cancel an order and I felt bad about that. I wonder if that's it, but I don't do
that. Is it. That's it. Yep.
I don't do Mercari because I feel like there's still better protection for the seller on eBay personally, I think, which is why I still stick with eBay. And I don't like getting dicked, but I have a wonderful track record of getting dicked. So maybe if you have some tips to become a Mercari master, feel free to DM me.
Well, and if you guys want to know when I'm wonderful at being dick t-shirts are going to come out, we're gonna get working on those right away. I mean, that is a t-shirt if I've ever heard of. Heard of one. Holy shit.
Make sure to save that sound bite because that's probably going to be making it back to the Instagram feed hopefully soon.
Yeah. All right. Well, Jesus Christ, what a great
I'm
card,
wonderful at
man.
being tipped. Write that down.
Yeah, put it on my notebook. All right, so we got a good top three. So let's go into that. So let me get this thing on here first. You guys let us know what your top three submissions are, and I'll throw them up here in the comments. But we're gonna be talking about, the Marvel Legends team is absolutely crushing
They're
it.
doing a lot of the heavy lifting for us on some of this.
Oh my God, right? Yeah. So they're killing it. So today we're going to be talking about, our top three figures that we would like to see in this Infinity Saga collection series, whatever we're calling it. Before we get started, when we were doing this, Kevin, because there's been a lot of announcements, did any of your picks get, used, from some of these announcements? Because I was thinking of what's his name, Sutar, or whatever his name is.
Surtar?
Yeah.
Ragnarok? Yeah.
So they didn't steal any of yours?
No, mine are a little more obscure, as we'll find out. And
Okay.
I also want to say that we can include the role play because we did, when we get down to Marvel, there was some new Infinity Saga role play pieces added. So I'm opening that up to our audience. You can add role play pieces in as well.
There you go. Okay. All right. Well, let's go, Kevin. Number 3. What do you got, sir?
Yeah, number 3. This is someone that I think is important to have. And we're apparently getting all these different types of 2-packs recently, as we'll talk about once we get to the Marvel section. But I think since we have a good Nick Fury, we need a Coulson and a Maria Hill. We've not been given a Maria Hill, and I think that would be a very good one. Always have loved her from Winter Soldier. I think that's a good one to have. So that's my number 3 with Phil Coulson, Maria Hill, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, I mean they could definitely use an update because there was a 3-pack of Coulson, Hill, and Nick Fury, and it was that Toys R Us 3-pack from a long time ago. It's I think it's going for like $250 now or something stupid. So yeah, they definitely need to redo. I mean, they could just like basically redo that whole 3-pack.
Yeah,
in
because
an Infinity Saga.
The last Nick Fury we had was the Captain Marvel version, which is just Young Man Fury or Sam Jackson from Jurassic Park, essentially. So we need a good Nick Fury.
That's a great call, man. Yeah, I totally agree with you. I would love to see them do that, or like I said, just literally redo that Toys R Us 3-pack, that Shield 3-pack. All right, well, that's a good one, man. So I'm going after a multi-pack as well. I've expressed this a few times, but army building, let's make an efficient army building pack. This is going to be the Chitauri soldier.
There you go.
And an Outrider soldier, Thanos's goons, basically, those scary looking, they got like 4 arms and shit like that. So that would be a super fun pack. Everyone would probably be buying at least 2 of those, make them readily available, have it be a Hasbro Pulse exclusive, and just make you're owning the distribution, then just make a ton of them and make it accessible. And I mean, that's an army builder, just something that should just always be available. Like, it never sells out. It's always available. So that one seems like just
a no-brainer.
No-brainer. I mean, that's just like printing money. I mean, look at that Hydra 2-pack, right? When like Toys R Us was kind of on their last leg. That one was like everyone was grabbing those. I mean, that was a really fun one to army build, and that was like a perfect army builder. So let's do that with this. So my number 3, Chitauri and an Outrider.
So one of the ones I think Mighty Mouse said that is an absolute must, and I'm surprised they've not done it yet, is Armored Heimdall. I think that's a big one. He also said Wong. I'm going to kind of steer in that role that he kind of just mentioned with Wong, is that I think and would love a Mads Mikkelsen Caecilius from Doctor Strange. I would love to see that.
Yeah.
I think that you could, especially with the face printing tech, I think the glow around the eyes would look really,
Yep.
really good. So I'm surprised that we don't got it. And then those people that love to customize can make their own Galen Urso out of it or something like that. So two birds, one stone. So I would love to see a Caecilius.
Yeah, I mean, sign me up for just an action figure of him. I mean, I'm a big fan of everything that he does, and yeah, I think you could do something with his eyes, almost like what they did with Dryden Voss, and how like if you put Dryden Voss in a freezer,
yeah.
you could see his scars and stuff like that. Maybe kind of do that same whatever technology or whatever they call it, and just put him in a freezer, and then his eyes gets all fucked up. That'd be cool.
I'd be all over that. That'd be cool.
J-Roo's got some good ones. So Hank Pym, an updated Hulk, and a full Iron Man suit role play. Yeah,
he's going out swing on that one.
Yeah, or at least like a briefcase, just
right.
like a Samsonite, crossover exclusive. All right, so my number 2. I got some solid honorable mentions as well, by the way, as we normally do. Yeah. All right, so I'm going with, I don't even know like if this would, what do they call the rides? Yeah, they're called rides, right?
Are you talking about like motorcycles and stuff?
Yeah, that line is called rides. Okay, so I think this would be in that rides line, but dude, give me Hella's Wolf.
Okay, that'd be sweet. Yeah.
I mean, I've seen so many people use I don't know if it's Izzy, but it's the wolf from, Izzy's the lizard. But the wolf from that Rampage movie with Dwayne Johnson.
Oh yeah.
And they use that wolf and they kind of have her next to it. And it looks really good on the shelf, just kind of having her next to it. And I've always
already done Surtur, I mean, might as well.
Yeah. I mean, I've tried to find that wolf when it was like on discount, when that movie dropped. I could never find it, but I've seen it on some people's shelves, and it looks sick, man. It looks good. So let's get an actual, Hasbro Marvel Legends one of her wolf. So Hella's Wolf is my number 2.
Sounds good. I will give you Rampage Wolf. Is that the official name of it, I suppose, Mighty Mouse? So I'm going to give you one of my, I guess, honorable mentions, if you want to call it that, because I could go all day because we've had 10 years of wonderful films and wonderful characters. Actually, I'll give you just one. So I would love to see an Ancient One. I think that would be awesome, especially the role that she plays in Endgame. But my number 1, and this has to be, especially this is the beginning of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We need an actual, not that terrible 2-pack version of the Iron Man Mark 1, but a actual to scale Mark 1 to where you can even maybe put the pieces on him, things like that.
Right.
We need a big, heavy Mark 1, the one that came in that 2-pack with the shooting rocket piece out of it. Absolutely egregious, terrible. We need a thick, beefy, deluxe version of Mark. Yeah, we need a real Mark 1.
Yeah, no, I agree that one that came in that set was just obviously
smaller than any other Iron Man. It's smaller than any other Iron Man in your collection.
Yeah, you looked at the head, and then you look at a head of like the figure that was also with it. Like it's like that will not fit in that mask, But yeah, no, I agree, man. That'd be good. Back to your honorable mention with the Ancient One. I could definitely see that being, I mean, I don't know how many figures they got planned for this whole Infinity Saga, but I could see that one being, one that would make the cut. Like I wouldn't be shocked at all if, we got her in the next couple of weeks or something like that.
J-Roo has a good submission, a decent Hawkeye. I think that'd be a good one. Maybe like an Age of Ultron or Avengers 1. I love the head sculpt that came in the 2-pack, and a lot of people took that and put it on the Ronin figure. But I definitely agree that we do need a real Hawkeye.
Yeah, I mean, the Ronin one, was the last one that we got, and then I think we got that Quantum suit. I think we got him in the Quantum suit one.
That's the one that came with the Jeremy Renner head sculpt.
Yeah, which, that is actually going to go into my honorable mention. speaking of the quantum suits, let's get movie accurate ones.
Oh,
You
there
know,
you go. Great ones, actually.
yeah, and we've talked about this. The challenges that not just the Marvel team, but the Star Wars team too, with what the film is able to share with them at the time, and they don't always get it right. But that's not their fault. That's they're going off of what the information they're given. So, but it's people would still most likely want those you know a full squad of people. So let's get, some sort of build it kind of like with the idea that they did, right? I think in that 2 pack, you got what Black Widow, Hawkeye, and then you got like 3 extra heads, right? You got Ant-Man and a few other ones. So let's do something similar, and get the actual correct color with the white and the reds and stuff like that. But that's my honorable mention. My number one is going to go with, this could be a fun 2 pack. Let's do end of game vibes. Let's get Meek.
Okay.
Let's get Meek, and let's get Korg and his Hawaiian shirt, a little Easter egg for
Micah.
Taka, and Xbox headset controller and stuff like that. Dude, you could even get like crazy with it. You could just throw on the couch. Like,
Yeah,
how fun would that be?
yeah, a 6-inch scale couch. That'd be so cool. I would love that.
That'd be rad, and the couch could be like super, versatile. You could use that with like anything and have Tony Stark, sitting on it or something like that. So that would be a super fun set. So
Great idea. Well done.
that's my number one. I doubt that one will happen. I mean, I am kind of surprised we haven't gotten a Meek yet. I feel like we will, but yeah, that's my number one.
Not bad, sir. Not bad. And we
No.
still have some more reveals that will be coming, and we'll be talking about some more of them once we get down to the Marvel section. But if we can just jump over to tipping the scales for a quick second, a lot of times we use this to talk about, 6 scale, but any type of scale can go up and down. And so we're going to tip the scales back to the 1/12th scale, well, I guess they're a little bit bigger sometimes, but let's talk about that NECA Homelander and Starlight. And as you know, I'm a huge fan of the boys, and there's been a lot of third parties. There's been a lot of rumors of people having the licenses, and I'm all in on these ones. The NECA Homelander and the Starlight look really, really good. I mean, look at these. They look so good. So good.
It's all, if you're not using that head sculpt with the fire eyes on Homelander, like, you're doing it wrong.
I mean, it's perfect. I mean, and so many people are like, "Oh, the articulation's gonna suck," blah 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 blah. But everyone complains about everything anyway. But I think these by far are the best likenesses that they've come out so far.
Yeah, they look great. I think Mafex is doing something as well, but Mafex is going to be a little pricier than these NECA figures. But yeah, these look pretty good, man. I'm excited to see when they hit the shelves. They're going to be coming out next month around Father's Day. We'll kind of cover that on the leftovers, but yeah, they're in the pipe. They're coming.
I think if these sell well, they'll continue to make the line, if you would assume. So I think it's a race to see who's going to make the best, Homelander, because whoever buys the most probably will get the rest of the line. And I would love to see them continue making all these. I would love to get, the deep, all those good things. I would love to see that.
So I'm not really interested. I mean, like, if I saw this on the shelf, I would have to be even more blown away than I am now to consider buying this. That being said, if Hot Toys does, somehow get the license, I could see that being a rabbit hole I'd happily fucking go headfirst down.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Game of Thrones style with you, like I would definitely go all over that.
Yeah, and I would think at this point it's going to have to be, Hot Toys or maybe even 3-0 to take it, because I've not been impressed with any of the Homelander sculpts that have come out. They all just look very, very weird. But as I've said, there is those other third parties that are giving you the alternate head and the bust to put the alternate head on. I still think it's a great choice for, any scale to do if there's multiple heads. Give them a little bust to be able to use that. That's really cool.
Yep. All right. Well, let's I'll wrap that up for tipping the scales. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we finally are going to be getting your GI Joe
Oh
story.
my God. All right. So let's get into let me
Settle
get
in.
the right one up. Okay. All right. So GI Joe. So first things first. So Major Blood. Arizona, baby, home state. Arizona was all over, the toy news last week. It's funny. I mean, when stuff every now and again, it'll something will show up in Arizona first. Obviously, it's got to be, there's some hubs here and whatnot, but usually it's the coast, right? So if it's going to hit the West Coast, it's going to actually hit the West Coast first. So California and stuff like that. East Coast, same thing. So it's odd that Arizona sometimes will get stuff first, but when you think about distribution and where the hubs are, it kind of makes sense. So that being said, I believe it was on Wednesday night of last week is when the first kind of posting happened of someone finding it in Arizona. All right, so Wednesday was also the day that I had my second COVID shot. So I had my second COVID shot on Wednesday. Thursday, wake up. I'm dead. I'm dead rights. I am just 101-degree fever all day. I feel like absolute dog shit. I did not get out of bed. I was brutal on Thursday. So what do you do when you're in bed all day? You look at Instagram. So I
Choices.
yeah, yeah, eBay, right? Yeah, but yeah, so I'm just seeing all of the local homies just finding Major Blood left and right, and I'm like, oh, fuck, like maybe I can get out of bed, and I'm like, no, like I'll fucking crash my truck, like I'm so rough, and that was around like morning lunchtime. Well, around like 6 o'clock at night, I finally was like, all right, I'm feeling a little bit better. I managed to go to 2 targets. Nothing struck out. They were already gone, and I'm like, all right, well, I at least like made an attempt. So I was like, kind of accepting defeat when I came home on Thursday. I'm like, well, they're gone. They've hit. I'm done. And I know there's like been some rumors, that they're gonna be rolling it out non-target, in like a fan channel type deal and this whole Yo Joe June thing. So if you're still looking for blood, don't cave into the scalpers. Just wait it out because we might be getting some good news from the Joe team next month. Okay, so that happened on Thursday. Friday, I'm feeling totally normal on Friday. I pick up Olivia from school. I'm like, hey, you know what? It's Friday. Let's go to a Target we usually don't go to. You can go and get an LOL doll or whatever you want to get, and Dad's gonna go check out this Target that I never go to. So we go down there and go right to the Joe section. It's the Marvel section. Go down the toy aisle, and they're gone. There's no bloods. I didn't know there was going to be bloods, but there's no bloods. There's a couple Zartans and some of the repaint Scarlet and whatnot. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go find a guy. So I go find a guy, and I'm like, hey, buddy, like, do you mind looking up a DPCI for me? And he's like, oh yeah, sure. I'm like, as he's getting it out, I'm already kind of prepping him. I'm like, you've probably already been asked. It's for this like super popular GI Joe figure, and he's like, oh, is it Major Blood? I'm like, all right, well, that's not a good sign. And I was like, yeah, it is. He's like, oh, well, great. You have the DPCI. And I'm like, I do. He's like, oh, well, I just had a guy ask me not too long ago, but he didn't have the DPCI and I couldn't find it. I'm like, okay, whatever. Well, here it is. And he's like, oh, well, yeah, we got a case and we got a case yesterday and it sold yesterday. And I'm like, oh, well, what are you going to do? Like I said, I've already accepted kind of defeat at this. Yeah. I've already accepted defeat at this point. So I'm like, all right, well, fuck it. Let's go over to the NECA section, And then we're getting ready to walk out of the store. This is where it gets good. We're getting ready to walk out of the store. And my daughter's like, Dad, we didn't go we didn't go look at my toys. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, you want to go? Let's go look at the LOL dolls or whatever. So we kind of backtrack down to the toy aisle section, and we walk by the GI Joe section. I look down it and I see a dude with a shopping cart, full case of Major Bloods. They were wrapped. It was out of the shipper. They were wrapped in a.
Just tingling.
Yeah, dude. I immediately was like just shaking. I was like almost sweating, But yeah, it was wrapped in a rubber band, so it was out of the shipper. This is a customer. This isn't a Target employee, and he had the full wave of the Marvel Legends Disney wave, and he had a bunch of other looked like case fresh stuff that was like immediately pulled out of a shipper. I think it was they were Power Rangers, but I don't know what they were. Like I don't know if we're expecting some hot Power Rangers stuff dropping right now, but he had them. So I'm like, okay, Olivia, let's go over here. So we go
doing.
Yeah. So we're in the next aisle over, and that was my picture that I posted on Instagram. I was like, this is gonna make more sense later. But she was like, hey, can you take pictures of what I want for Christmas? I'm like, sure. So I'm taking all these pictures. but in my head, I'm kind of preparing for how this is all gonna go down. Cause I'm like, I'm gonna approach this guy. I'm not a confrontational dude at all, but I'm like, I'm so close to seeing, to being able to like, this is the closest I'm gonna get to, getting this figure. I'm like, I'm gonna mom spaghetti up here. This is my moment. I'm gonna take a shot. So I go over and I'm like, oh, acting like I'm just seeing it, right? And I'm like, oh, looks like you got all the Major Bloods, huh? And he was like, oh yeah, sorry, man. And I'm like, hey, dude, I mean, let me get one of those, you got, and then I started counting them, like, you got 1, 2, 3. I'm like, come on, man. I'm like, just let me get one. I've been looking everywhere for this, and I have every figure.
Flex
and
flex.
Yeah, dude. Well, and I'm making sure, like, I'm posturing up to him too. I'm not like doing this whole, like, hey man, do you what do you got over there? Like, I'm like directly in front of him, like just trying to be as tall as possible.
For me to get to the register, bitch.
Yeah, I wanted to hit him with that Batman, like, be very fucking careful what you say to me next,
because I will kill you.
Yeah, you could tell he did not like want anything to do with letting me get one. And I mean, he's clearly a scalper. It screamed inside job because they were fucking wrapped in a rubber band, and the homeboy said that they were sold yesterday. So the dude somehow, what's that?
It's a collusion.
Yeah, 100%. It was some sort of collusion with Target and this dirty fucking scalper. And yeah, so anyways, he did not want to give up one, but I was able to get one. I kind of talked him into it, and he gave it to me. He took it out of the little rubber band thing that he had, and I was like, oh, thanks a lot, man. And I was really conflicted because I was like grateful, and I was like wanting to like, oh my God, thank you, man. This is making my day. And then part of me is like, dude, fuck this guy.
That's right. Don't give him the satisfaction.
And then I was like, oh, are you on Instagram? And he
smooth.
he paused because I was like, oh, I want to give you a shout out. And he paused. He's like, no, I'm not on Instagram. I'm like, this motherfucker's on Instagram, and he knew I was gonna probably like out him, and I don't know. I mean, like, I kind of was like wanting to legitimately give him a shout out, but then I was like, as soon as like I walked away from the situation, I immediately was like, yeah, fuck that guy, But the best part was, when I was with Olivia and I was trying to figure out, what my move was going to be, if he was going to be like, no, dude, sorry, just giving me a hard no and not even like wanting to talk to me about it. I was just going to take it. I was going to take it right out of his cart and then just be like, cause he was a super small dude. And yeah, I was going to take it and just be like, okay, listen, like, we can do this.
Well, we can settle this at customer relations if you want, man.
Like, we can do this, like I was gonna make it easy on you, but now I'm gonna need two,
One for me and one to scalp. Like,
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. So I faced a scalper, and I actually got a figure from him. So just a wild turn of events, and yeah, here it is, dude. Blood in the flesh.
that. It looks so good. Congrats, man. Congrats.
So I feel like I rescued like a beat up like a puppy. Like this didn't go to the to eBay. I saved this from eBay.
I love that. And I think that the excitement that you had when you gave me a ring and say, you'll never believe what happened. I was like, it couldn't be, because it was so good. It was so good to see that, man.
Dude, and we
good guys.
We usually, to everyone watching and listening, Kevin and I really try not to, talk too much. We try to save everything for the show. But yeah, I think I broke that rule because I was like, dude, I gotta tell somebody,
No, it was good, and congratulations. And I love what they'd said. I think Jay Rue just said, he said, you should have had your daughter snag one. He wouldn't do that if he did an ass beating central. Yes, that's pretty much exactly what Trainwreck just said right there.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, I was going through all the scenarios in my head when I was back there with Olivia, looking up, taking pictures of fucking LOL dolls and My Little Ponies and shit. I was like, well, what if he says this? I'm like, well, then I'm gonna take it out of the cart, or
Should have walked up. Oh, look like they sent the girl and the boy wonder to do a man's job. That would have been pretty good.
Yeah, but I mean, if you ever wanted proof that scalpers exist other than, looking at eBay, like they're not the boogeyman, like they're out there. I mean, I've never seen a guy straight up shopping cart with all that stuff that was clearly, being helped out by a Target employee somehow hooked him up, because why else would there be a rubber band on figures like that? Like it is just a shitty thing to see, man. I hate that it's here. But it's not going anywhere unless people stop buying them.
And people won't, because people want them in their collections. And I'm just as guilty of paying aftermarket prices to get something that I missed out on. So until a corporate issue happens, and I love that people are outing them, they're making, Target, they're making them the memes. And eventually, that's going to look bad on some of these establishments. So maybe something will change. Highly unlikely, but I guess we'll see where it goes from there.
Yep. All right. Well, that's it for Joe. I mean, Flint and Lady J are showing up. So, if you're looking for those, seems like Walmart's probably your best. I think I've seen some reports of Walgreens, but I haven't seen shit at Walgreens, any of my Walgreens in the Joe department. But I'm just gonna wait on that pre-order. Well, let's get into some tube talk, though.
Yeah, I know that you got to see possibly the next Citizen Kane out there. People have said that this is almost better than The Dark Knight, and that all the performances are better than Ledger's. So give me a shot of what you thought when you watched New Mutants.
Oh my God, dude. That's where you're going with this? You're teeing this up for New Mutants? Yeah. Jesus Christ. So yeah, I don't know what I watched this when I was sick. And this is honestly, and I take this kind of stuff pretty serious. Like, I don't throw this phrase around often. This is probably the worst movie I've ever seen in my entire life. New Mutants was so bad. It was like I mean, I've seen fan films that have blown this out of the park. So I don't know why this was so bad. I mean, the writing was on the wall when, it was like shelved for like 2 years almost. Like, yeah, they should have fucking kept that there, because this was an awful movie. There was literally nothing enjoyable about this movie. I hated it.
Well, that's great to say. So if you were to give it an IMDb score or a Rotten Tomato score, what would it be?
The -69. It was that bad.
Hey. Well, I'm very sorry to hear that, but I think that it was unfortunately a casualty of the Fox merger,
Yeah.
and they knew that let's just hurry up and get this thing out the door. It's like when you're getting ready to graduate or finish up a class and you have your last project and you don't give two shits about it. I really think that's kind of what this was. But unfortunately, people's careers are tied to that, and unfortunately, it will taint them.
And I mean, the cast was pretty, like, you look at who's in this movie, there's some definitely notable names. And yeah, dude, they were, even their performances, and I get it, like, you can only do as much as, as good as the writing is, but it was, dude, it was awful. The guy from Stranger Things, they gave him this Kentucky accent, and I was like, dude, like, bash my head in with like a fucking sledgehammer. This is just so tough. I had to plow through it. I was like, I'm finishing this.
In Dark Phoenix.
I haven't seen Dark Phoenix.
Oh, okay. Well, you may.
That'll next week. Yeah, I'll be able to tell you which one I like better.
Okay, well, because you've given it such a glowing review, I don't know if I'll be able to sit down to watch it to be able to compare it to Dark Phoenix, unless you think that's something I need to do.
You fucking don't. No one needs to do it.
So this might be another movie that we watch while we're intoxicated or high or something right after we watch Caravan of Courage.
Oh my God. Yeah. So, all right, well, let's talk about this Army of the Dead. Are you pumped on it? The Snyder one?
For one, it's a Snyder piece.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm a little bit kind of got a man crush on that right now, just because the Justice League is so hot, and you got Dave Bautista in it. I mean, I dig the vibe. I dig all the kind of the dark, gritty stuff that Snyder goes with. I'm interested to kind of see where it goes.
Yeah, I can't wait. I mean, just the whole plot sounds awesome. A heist and a zombie, world, and it's in Vegas. Like, dude, sign me up. And Snyder. I mean, that all together. I mean, that just seems like a great idea.
Creative control over all of it. Let's just hope it doesn't turn into and say what you want, but hopefully it doesn't turn into a Batman versus Superman, because I wasn't real thrilled about that one.
Right. Yeah, so that comes out this Friday on Netflix. I will be checking that out. I'm going up north this weekend, so, and the fucking Oilers are going to be having game 2 on Friday, so I won't be watching it on Friday, but I'll be hopefully I can watch that Sunday night. But I'm definitely looking forward to that. And then something I did watch this weekend was something that I was such a fan of the first season, the Love, Death, and Robots on Netflix. Did you watch all these for the season 1? Nothing. Dude,
I don't know what we're talking about.
Well, you better check it out, man. Season 1 obviously is out, but they're little shorts. They're like, I think there's some that are like 8 minutes, and then there's the longest one is probably like 15 minutes or something. They're little animation shorts, and they're all different types. So they're all by different studios. I'm trying to think of like something that it could be compared to. There's some like old, like Ren and Stimpy type, film festivals. But it's, I mean, there might be one that is like that, and then there'll be one that's like a Dragon Ball Z type animation or Invincible, stuff that's super real, like Final Fantasy animation. They're all great. They're super, make you think. They're interesting. And then season 2 dropped. I think there were 7 episodes. There's a really good bounty hunter one that I really liked, about like this bounty hunter that like can regenerate himself, and he's like immortal basically, and all these other bounty hunters are like out to get him, to like get his testicles because of his like DNA and stuff like that. Yeah, dude, it's great. So definitely recommend that. And I'm not even like a big animation guy, and this stuff is, I loved it.
Well, because you said they're short, I can do that. I will check out season 1 and see if it's worthwhile to move on to season 2.
Yeah, they're very short, and like I said, they're all different. So even if you don't like one, that doesn't mean you're not going to like the next one, because they're literally all different. Like they could be their own, show.
And that's a perfect thing, because when we fall asleep at night, my wife's always the first one to go, but she likes to
Yeah.
have in the background going. And so this
Right.
is the perfect thing where I'm still awake to be able to let these roll, and let's see how these go. So I can do that
Y-
for you.
Yeah, yeah, give that a go, man. So all right, well let's say yeah, we got some big stuff with Marvel, so let's jump right into that.
Yeah, let me go ahead and crack my knuckles here because we got a lot to talk about because, as I said, they did a lot of the heavy lifting for us with the Infinity Saga. But let's get it out of the way. You hinted on it already. The Disney Plus wave has started to hit Targets, it's started to hit Walmart, and people do not pay these Hot Toys prices that people are paying on Mercari and eBay and such. Insanity, insanity. So be on the lookout. They're out there. Be vigilant. You will find them eventually. But we do have some reveals, and boy, do these look really, really good. We are getting a new rescue armor, and we're getting a new Captain Marvel. And look at all the stuff they come with. This is a 2-pack. This is what I'm
Yeah.
talking about right here. I mean, you got multiple head sculpts, you got multiple things, multiple hands.
The gauntlet.
Yeah, the actual little gauntlet there. I'm cool paying, $50 for this. This is a 2-pack. I think that looks great. All these are due around September and October. I'm just going to kind of go through these, just not to belabor it. You got the other one on there? There's an
Yeah.
Iron Mark 3, but here's a couple images. I mean, look, you got the little repulsor jetpacks, a really good Pepper Potts head sculpt. I love that. It looks great. Looks very, very good.
Dude, that's Brie Larson, dude. That's like spot on. I feel like that's a really good figure.
It is, and it's light years better than the Captain Marvel wave, if you want to call it. I mean, look at the articulation on that one.
Yeah.
It almost looks like a figure arts if you kind of look at it where it is. And I've loved the go back one. I love that people have said that this has been like the official new pose, the put 'em ups that they've been using for like all the different reveals. Every single character, when they get one, will take this pose. And I think it's been hilarious.
I haven't noticed that. They will, hey?
Yeah, so I'll send you the link later on. We'll actually put
Okay.
it on Instagram on the Toy Aisle page. Is that it's a list of almost like the Brady Bunch squares where all the new releases are in this pose, and it's really really
Hilarious.
funny. But either way, let's check out that Mark III. This is one I think is a little underwhelming. The Iron Man Mark III. I guess some people think that it is an iconic suit. It's the main one from Iron Man. That's cool. To me, I think it's just another version of that like Mark 7 that they released. But if you're a completionist, this is something you want to have. People have given a lot of crap for the RDJ head sculpt in there. They're saying it looks nothing like it. I do like those little gauntlet guns. I missed that.
Dude, yeah, those are cool, man.
Yeah, but see if there's that close-up image of the face. So we're like, okay, so we
It
got
works.
the sculpt. I mean, it's in a little mask. I think people are being a little bit too picky. I mean, for a $22 figure, I mean, that's not bad. Come on.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, I've seen Hot Toys that like aren't even as
The
good.
original ones are pretty rough. But so
That's a great figure, man.
yeah, it's an iconic Iron Man suit, but this is the good one. This is the one that I think is a big one, mainly because we're getting Happy Hogan. That's a really cool. We got our John Favreau, so you can be a little bit of a head swap on your Heavy Mando if you want to do that. I think that's cool. But the one I don't understand is the Midas Mark 21. If you're going to, which is a cool suit, that's fine. But why is it a caramel color? Why couldn't we have gotten some, actual gold paint or picked a different suit? That's the one I think is a little bit odd to me. But this, of course, drum roll, is a Target exclusive.
Oh, you know what? I feel like they take a step forward and a couple steps back, but I feel like the Marvel Legends has been pretty good, right? Like what was that Tomahawk wave, and those were everywhere.
Yeah, everyone was when it first came out, that Storm and I think Warhawk wave, like you mentioned, people were paying like $130 for that, and then they were giving them away for like $10, next. But yeah, the paint's off. I think Mighty Mouse said that. It's a kind of the Mark Caramel is what I'm calling it right now. That's a little bit strange, but let's get to the big one. People were wondering.
Hold on. I want to talk about this cell phone, dude. I like how it's an actual iPhone.
Oh, I never realized it's got the call off buttons. That's cool.
I wonder if it's got Aunt May. I wouldn't be surprised if Aunt May is like
if
on
we're going to do a 2-pack with Hogan, I would have loved an Aunt May figure in there. I thought that would have been good with the big check. I thought that'd be super fun to do.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. So what were you saying?
I was like, well, let's get to the big one here is that we are getting a giant sized figure, that being Surtur from Thor Ragnarok, the giant demon to where Thor defeats him, takes his skull, takes his crown, as wears it on his back. I thought it's beautiful the way they've done this. This is a beast, and it's
Sold out already.
already
Wow.
sold out. And this is twice, if you have an Incredible Hulk figure, they kind of did a comparison. It's twice the size of the Hulk. It's 13 inches. That's a pretty big beast right there. And it looks incredible. Um, I like to see Hasbro jumping out of the box and doing
Yeah,
something like this.
me
That
too.
I think is a good start. And so many people were complaining online. I don't know if I can justify the price, but you'll buy a crappy 2-pack for the exact same price, but you don't want this. That's
Yeah.
asinine to me. But I mean, look how cool this thing looks.
Um, it makes me wonder, do you think that they've used kind of some pieces of the 12-inch line? I was trying to see like maybe, is this the Spider-Man legs and Spider-Man torso, you know what I mean? Like because this is it, that's scale.
Yeah, it's a great observation. Retool and reuse some of those molds. But it got me wondering if this possibly is a new thing that they're trying out. Are we going to be getting, some bigger figures, especially when Eternals rolls out? We might be getting some of the big, sentient celestials, things like that. I mean, this
Yeah.
would tie perfectly into that. But this is a big one. This is a big win. The only thing I think that make this figure better is if it came with the skull detached. That way, with a little chain to let Thor wear it around. But we don't have that version of Thor, to my knowledge. So maybe that's another one that they could roll out in the wave.
Yeah, I mean that would be a way to retool this, just add it with that new or Thor and put a $40 price point on it or something.
And we got to say, nothing is off the table because there's several Instagram accounts that had a leak of, the SKU that said Thor, Surtur, something like that. In the system, and everyone was saying absolutely not. They're not going to make a 6-inch version of Surtur. That's not going to happen. And it was great. You actually pointed it out to me. IG accounts had to turn their comments off because they were getting roasted so hard. And I think that's just
Yeah,
the nature.
as soon as news broke, yeah.
Yeah, if you're going to sit there and make such a bold claim, you got to hold that L. Don't sit there and turn your captions off.
Yeah.
Say I made a mistake. Don't turn your captions off. Hold that L. Let Floyd Mayweather throw the L's at you. Let it happen. But yeah, I thought that was great. So nothing's off the table. So don't say nothing will never happen. So it'll be great to see. And then the
And yeah, you got one more, right? Yep.
last little piece I saw. Show me this Stark Gauntlet. This is cool. Okay, you get to remove the little gems, the stones, and it's almost got like a rubber part on the other side of the hand to where you can actually snap with this. You can actually snap with this thing, and it looks good. It's iconic, obviously, for the scene. This may be one that I used to have the old Thanos gauntlet. Ended up selling that one, but this one I could see because it's so nice. Look at that little rubber part around the thumb.
Yeah.
That's so cool. And this wraps up the Infinity Saga. I think I might grab this one.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I didn't know until now that you could actually take the stones out. I think that's awesome. I can't wait for if I buy that for my kids to fucking hide the power stone in my fucking shoe at work or something,
Most likely. But this is masterfully engineered, masterfully
Yeah.
made. I don't think $124 is too steep at all. Would you be into this? Anybody else in the crowd interested in something like this?
Yeah, I don't know. For me, I would have to actually see it. Like, is it kind of like a cheap latex?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but if the quality's there and it seems legit, yeah, I would consider this over the Hulkbuster one. I think you can't go wrong with just the iconic, comic cosmic one, the gold one. But this is pretty cool too if you're a big Iron Man guy.
Yeah, and speaking of Iron Man, great transition. We finally got the 600th movie masterpiece from Hot Toys with the Iron Man 5 suit up. People have been wanting to have the Tony Stark, the racing suit version. So let's just do that one better. So we're getting the Mark 5 suit up. Look at this thing. If you want to go through some of the pictures down at the bottoms, we get the nice little racing suit. And this thing's pretty darn gorgeous. And that may be one of the better RDJ head sculpts they've done. I mean, it's sick. It's nasty. And that's one that if you're getting the Mark 5, I think you definitely have to have this one next to it.
Yeah, this is incredible. I love how it comes with his racing suit too. And shout out to Whiplash. Well, they've already showcased him, right?
He was a con exclusive this year with Spider-Man 29. Look at the RDJ sculpt. That's so good.
Yeah, it's pretty spot on.
And it's good to say, going back to tipping the scales, is people did the suit up version of this suit with the suit box and all that stuff, the suitcase box. And to see Hot Toys do this, and I think it's on the deluxe version where you get the little suitcase box to get the Hot Toys quality. Perhaps they're looking at the third parties that do these. That's good to see that they're saying that there's a market for what some of these third parties are creating, and they just make their own version of it. So hats off to them for that.
Yeah, this is sick, man. I really dig this.
I mean, what blue colors? I mean, it pops. It really does.
You're gonna grab this, I'm guessing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because I got 5 on pre-order. This is definitely one that I have to get to.
How are you gonna pose them? Have you kind of gone that far yet?
I haven't. One of the things I may do is kind of just the one where he's putting it. I think there's one picture. If you go back where he's putting it on his chest.
Oh, like that one.
Yeah, something like that, where he's like putting it on his. Because I'll have the main one. But yeah, it looks good, man.
Yeah, I'm a fan, dude. This one's sick.
Yeah, because the suit's just pretty darn cool.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. All right, well, that'll do it for Marvel, right?
That's it. I'm tired, man. I don't stay there. Lots of good stuff, man. This is a great time to be a collector.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so I'll wrap up the leftovers. So just 2 entries on in the old leftovers here. So let's get these up on the board. So first one. So this is coming to us by our pals over at Super 7, and they got a team up with Saucony shoes. They did a drop in 2018, kind of similar to this. Well, it was exactly like this, but a couple different variations, Universal movie kind of collabs. So we got a Creature from the Black Lagoon. These, if you're interested, these are all dropping on Friday, May 21st at noon. Via Super 7 and Saucony, but we got a Creature from the Black Lagoon. I mean, I think the details are pretty sick. You got the scales.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not a big fan of this just green in general on my feet, so I mean, this is an easy pass. It's cool though. I mean, same thing with this Frankenstein one. I like the stitching, cool. Everywhere. Not too much other kind of details relating to Frankenstein. The bride one, this one's pretty sick. I like the little streak for her hair. She's got the stitching, and then boom, the midsole glows in the dark. The laces glow in the dark.
Perfect. Tag, right?
Yeah, I mean, me, man. I'm a glow in the dark slut. So this could be something I chase. But this one, I'm really excited. I don't know. The Mummy's my favorite Universal monster.
Really?
It's my favorite movie of out of all the Universal monsters. I love, the wrapping, and it's a pretty easy colorway. This is something that, I could wear to the grocery store, right? I mean, this isn't anything that it's too flashy. So
too much attention to you.
Yeah, the versatility is pretty nice. I wish there were some more shots of, like what's the heel branding like. I'm sure they got something on the inside, of the shoe, what they're doing there. So, pretty exciting stuff. Do any of these jump out to you at all?
as much as you didn't like it, I was kind of digging the Black Lagoon version. I like that green. I like the red. I like some of the flashier ones. So I was kind of feeling that. I was kind of feeling that.
Yeah, yeah. These yeah, the creature one. You're feeling this one?
Yeah, I do. I like that color, and I like the scales. I like the bubbles. I think that's cool.
Yeah, it would be fun to see this one in person. Like how texturized
I think there's more
is all
personality
this?
in this one than some of the other ones.
For sure. Yeah, like the Frankenstein one's a little flat for me, but
Yeah,
like what are you really gonna do? You know what I mean? Like I was trying to think like how you could make this one better, but yeah, it's fun. I love anything, you know, that's kind of in our nerd world when
yeah.
it gets to collab with shoes. I love it. So I definitely wanted to share that. So that was the first one. And then the last one of the leftovers. So let me get it up on the board here. Um it's funny, I think Mighty Mouse even mentioned it in the comments. Yeah, so we
Anakin.
we we got you, bro. So yeah, so we got the shout out to Toy Farce. They're actually they have a hilarious article on this. Um but yeah, so check that out if you want a good laugh. It's talking about Mother's Day and how Mother's Day NECA didn't do anything. But anyways, so this is the Walmart one. So here's the packaging for the Homelander and the Starlight that we went over. Nice simple packaging. We got the Frankenstein NECA figure, and we got a grappling launcher.
That is sick.
Batman animated, pretty cool. Yeah, I will be chasing Big Frank here. It's sick. I wasn't a fan of the black and white one, you know, that dropped a couple months ago. I just knew that they would eventually do colored ones, so I kind of just, you know, sat and waited a little bit. Because I'm not trying to chase every variation that they're doing, but I definitely want to have you know, representation of every major monster guy on my shelf. So Big Frank, I will be looking for this guy. All this stuff is supposed to drop next month. And then we got a Target, you know, drop too. I love that about NECA that they kind of give a little bit to both. So we got two King Kong ones, we got another Back to the Future, and then yeah, dude, this Doc Brown one from Back to the Future 2 is fucking awesome. All the
I love
cash,
Money Cash. Yeah, that's so good.
from all the years. That's a super cool accessory. This King Kong looks hilarious. I don't know why, but his eyes are killing me.
I mean,
Um,
it's so spot on to the actual the film though. I mean, it looks so good. I love it. It's campy.
dude, yeah, yes, that's perfect. Yeah, that's the best way to describe this figure. It's campy. I'm not a big Kong guy, but like this would be a fun one to have. Um, and then we got like, you know, I don't know what King Kong this is from. But yeah, it's got a bunch of other little creatures with it. But geez, let's get to the nitty gritty. I mean, this is my favorite horror movie out there thing. I cannot believe
Right.
we are getting this figure. I mean, these head sculpts that come with them. I mean, hilarious. Uh, did this is the perfect figure. I mean, you got a bottle of Jim. What is this? Not Jim Bean. Yeah, something. You don't know what this is, Kevin? You're the fucking resident alcoholic here.
I know. I can't see it. It looks like a Heineken, and it also looks like a Dos Equis, but I can't really tell.
Yeah, yeah, I could call them the Dosakis. Yeah, dude, this figure's awesome. I can't wait to get this one. So those two, I will definitely be chasing for sure. So do any of these do anything for you?
I, the more I look at the Kong with the campy eyes and the sweet little the plane, that one's kind of cute. And if I would have gone all in on the Back to the Future ones, that's one I'd add, but I never went and got the other ones, so I can't just add that one. But
Yeah,
the Kong with the plane, I'm digging that one.
yeah, that one's fun, man. I mean, they're all great, but yeah, I'll only be getting the McReady and yeah, Big Frank, but yeah, exciting stuff, man. I'm curious what else they're gonna do with Thing. Hopefully we get an actual like creature, you know, whether it's in that spider form. That'd be sick, dude. So I can't wait to see what NECA does.
Next Father's Day.
JMB Scotch, thank you. That's what I was. Yeah, I was like, I know I've seen that before. But all right, well, I think that'll do it, man. What do you think?
It was a full show. I thank you so much for
Yeah.
everybody that has been with us. You sat through my Karen's Corner. Sat through Dave's fight at Target. We got an amazing amount of stuff that we covered, which was fantastic. So thank you once again, everybody, for being involved and interactive. It means a lot to us when you are on here chatting with us. It's
Yep.
not Dave chilling, even though I do like just chilling with you. It's a fun time to get you guys involved with it as well. But there lots of good stuff coming. I can't wait to add it all.
Yeah, looking forward to next week, man. So yeah, episode 43 in the books. Um, everyone, if you're watching this now for the first time or rewatching it, definitely help us out. Hit that subscribe. If you're listening on the podcast, give us a rating, all that jazz, and we'll see you guys next week. So thanks, everyone.
Peace.